Estate planning is one of those things most people know they should do, but a lot of people end up putting it off. Why is that? Well, I think part of the reason is that no one really enjoys thinking about it. This doesn't necessarily make for a fun dinner conversation on a Tuesday night, but another big reason is that most people don't understand just how important it is. Think about it this way. Whether you like it or not, someone is going to decide where your assets go when you pass away. The only real question is whether that decision is made by you or by the government. I know that may sound a bit dramatic, but it's the reality if you don't have an estate plan in place. A good estate plan simply makes sure that decision stays in your hands. And for most people in Tennessee, a solid estate plan starts with 5 key things. Let's walk through them together. The first document most people think about is a will. A will simply outlines how you want your assets distributed after you pass away. It also allows you to name an executor to carry out your wishes and, if you have minor children, designate guardians. Without a will, Tennessee law actually determines where your assets go. And while the state has a process for that, it may not necessarily reflect what you actually wanted. A will is incredibly important, but it's key to remember that it's really just the starting point. The second document is a durable power of attorney for finances. This allows you to appoint someone you trust to handle financial matters if you ever become unable to do so yourself. That may include things like paying bills, managing accounts, handling property, or making other financial decisions. Without this document, your family may actually have to go through the court system just to gain the authority to help manage these things during your life. Next is a document that addresses medical decisions. This is usually either called an advanced healthcare directive or a living will, depending on how your attorney structures it. These documents outline your wishes for medical treatment if you're ever unable to communicate those decisions yourself. They also can provide guidance to both doctors and family members during difficult situations. Closely related to that is a healthcare power of attorney. This allows you to name someone you trust to make medical decisions for you if you're ever unable to make them yourself. Ideally, this is someone who understands your wishes and can respond thoughtfully in stressful situations. The fifth item, people often overlook entirely, which is beneficiary designations. These apply to things like retirement accounts, life insurance policies, and sometimes even brokerage accounts. And here's something that many people don't realize. These designations usually override what is written into your will, which simply means if they are outdated, assets may not go where you intended. Just a few years ago, a man passed away and his $1 million retirement account was inherited by a girl he had dated over 40 years ago for a brief time. He had listed her as a beneficiary when he started at the company and forgot to change it when they broke up. That's a great example of why reviewing beneficiary designations regularly is such an important part of estate planning. Another question we hear a lot is whether someone needs a trust. The reality is, not everyone does, but in certain situations, a trust can be really helpful, especially if you own property in multiple states, want additional privacy, or just simply want more control over how assets are distributed. A trust isn't necessarily a replacement for a will, it's simply another tool that may make sense depending on your goals. One thing that's important to remember with all of these estate planning documents is that they should always be prepared with the help of a qualified estate planning attorney. Estate planning laws vary by state, and the details matter quite a bit when these documents are actually put into use. An attorney can make sure those documents reflect your wishes, comply with Tennessee law, and work together the way they're intended. Another thing we often remind clients of is that estate planning isn't just about signing documents. The plan also needs to be implemented. That means making sure that beneficiary designations are correct, assets are titled appropriately, and the professionals advising you are working together. At PYA Weltman Capital, we believe estate planning goes beyond paperwork. It should reflect your family, your financial goals, and the legacy you want to leave behind. Our role is to help clients think through the financial side of estate decisions, coordinate with their estate planning attorney and CPA, and make sure everything fits into their broader financial plan. Because when a plan is done well, it brings clarity for you, and most importantly, peace of mind for the people you care about most.